Hi everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. I'm pulling some shards today, team. We are pulling some shards for the Summon Rush event for Tatura RImehide. There's some pretty great champions in here as well. I already talked about that 10 times event. But let me walk you through first my approach as a late game free-to-play player. How do I look at this event and what do I think when I look at it? What is my strategy? First of all, as an early game free-to-play, I would hella avoid Summon Rush. 10 times summons suck. They suck for early, even mid-game free-to-play, right? In that situation, you want to, if possible, get the bare minimum out of this event and always try to pull in a 2 times event, right? Because you've got double the chances of epics, double the chances of legendaries, and you just want those champions. You just need bulk, right? You need bulk is what you need to fill out your Faction Wars rosters, your Doom Tower rosters, Dungeon rosters, Hydra, whatever. You just need lots of champions. So you want to aim for those 2 times events. So you can actually, again, I put up my Fusion guide yesterday going through the different events and how to approach them, which ones to target. You can actually do this whole Fusion without doing any summoning events at all. You can skip Summon Rush and Champion Chase. I'm not going to skip those though. I'm going to get some Champion Chase done anyway, and might as well go for the Summon Rush too. Yeah, just have some extras of these guys. It doesn't really bother me. So minimum, let's see, if you are going for Misery Chord for the Fusion, the sort of, 3 Sacred Shards gets you to 1500, and then if you can make up the other 250 with greens, you need to pull 250 greens. It's quite a lot. That's quite a pain. Or you could supplement it with some blues or purples. It's up to you. Purple's probably a bit better. But for me, even late game free-to-play, I hate to waste my voids, right? Void legendaries, pretty much the only way to get them is from those void shards, and your chances are terrible. It's the same chances of champions as ancients, right? But just drops void champions instead. So it's really hard to get void legendaries. So for me, I try against at all costs to preserve void shards for a 2 times event. Because if you want to do, end game PvP and stuff like that, arena, tag arena, whatever, and I think there's more arena stuff coming next year, you need as many voids as you can, and they're just hard to get. So yeah, but I like pulling sacreds in these events. I do, if you can get to the end rewards. This is 15 sacred shards worth of stuff, right? But you got a lot of good stuff here. 3 legendary books, it's really nice. 2 5-star chickens, and then a feast is basically 5 rank 5 chickens, which is huge. That saves you so much time and investment. I think the barrel's pretty crappy though. So yeah, but you have like these jump points, right, where sort of minimum investment to get Misery Chord. Is it worth then pulling? So this would be 3 sacreds plus some change. Could pull 7 sacreds to get Visionary. I don't think she's worth it for me. I just don't see me actually using her. So I don't want to waste those extra 4 sacreds. I don't care about XP boost, 1 epic skill tome, or an XP barrel. That stuff is kind of crappy. And then you're really committing to pulling a lot more if you want to. So for me, looking at this, I'm going to pull 3 sacreds and then try fill up the rest at Misery Chord. And I'm going to save the rest of my sacreds for the next Summon Rush. Because right now I have 8 sacreds, right? I have 8 sacreds. So I pull 3 now. I've got 5 left over. Great. I can hopefully stack up to 15 in a couple of weeks for the next Summon Rush, or maybe the one after that in a month's time. I can just be earning those sacreds from being able to clear Nightmare, Ultra Nightmare, Clan Boss both daily. Build up those sacred shards, and then go for those big rewards. Because if I show you very quickly my champion collection here, like, I've got lots of champions, right? I've been playing the game for over a year. I've got tons of champions. But look at this, like in terms of those feasts and 5-star chickens, I've got what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I've got 9 legendaries right now. 10 legendaries that I've not been able to 6-star yet. That's a ton. Those feasts would be useful. And then in terms of booking them, it's even worse. Like, obviously none of these at 50. There's 10 unbooked, and then out of my at least half of these legendaries are not booked either, right? So books are a premium resource. So yeah, for me, I'm in that situation where I actually like Summon Rush, because I don't necessarily need lots more legendaries, but I do really need to book them out. I do really need to get them leveled. I've got plenty to work on. So that's sort of some of my theory. Yeah, so here we go. Let's dive in though. Again, if you haven't seen, these are the boosted champions. Obviously, Tumesius from Voids. So I have these champions. I don't remember if I've got a Mordecai still. I don't know if I have a Mordecai, so I wouldn't mind getting Mordecai. Farrakhan, I don't have, so I really want to get a Farrakhan. He'd be the big one for me to get. That'd be quite nice. Again, I don't know if I'd build him short term for me, but longer term, it's another ally attacker, which the only one I have is Lanicus. So that would be pretty great. And then obviously, I don't have any of the legendaries. They'd be great, but not expecting them. Let's go, though. Wish me your luck. We're pulling 3. 3, our chance. We got 6% chances for a legendary. Let's do this. Here we go. Number 1. Here we go. It's an epic. It's Jotun. Okay, Jotun. I don't think he really does anything too special. He's a HP-based champion. Does 1 damage, decreases target's max HP. Does more damage if they're under HP burn. His A2 is a single target attack and place HP burn for 4 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. And then his A1 attacks 1 enemy, can put a decreased defense, a small decreased defense. Okay. And then he has HP and faction crips. He seems okay. He seems okay. I don't know. Like, maybe he'd be decent starting out for, like, the Scarab and Doom Tower. But, yeah. Never really seen anyone use Jotun. I guess he's actually not that good in practice. The next epic is a Drake. Okay. Drake can do some meme stuff for Faction Wars. I think Drake's A1 actually hits really hard and gives an extra turn if he kills the target. Like 25% damage from books. So you can do some meme stuff in, like, Arena or Faction Wars. I think for most people, it's not probably worth it, though. His A2, 3-turn cooldown booked, attacks 1 enemy. If they have less than 30% HP, the attack is always critical. Terrible, but maybe I think it has pretty good multipliers. And then his A3, decimate, 5-turn cooldown when booked, attacks 1 enemy, puts decreased speed, decreased accuracy buff, and all enemies except the target for 2 turns if the attack is critical. Oh, that's not actually that bad. That's actually pretty decent. That's a decent move. And then attack in arena battles. Yeah, so he's a wacky one. Drake. Budget Dracomorph. Yeah, a bit of a meme one. Final shard. Let's go. It's... Oh, it paused for a second. It got me with the pause for a second. Oh, we got... I actually don't know if I have Marksman. He might be new, actually. He's like an early game poisoner. If you pull him early, attacks 1 enemy, puts poison if the attack's critical, and a chance of an extra turn. Not terrible. His A2, 3-turn cooldown, attacks an enemy, feels the turn meter of all allies by 20%, an extra chance of inflicting a crit. And then his A3, 4 times at random, each hit has a 25% chance to ignore defense. I mean, it's not awful. He's not awful. He's okay early game. Like, if you pulled him super early in your clan boss team, he'd be pretty decent, right? Doing some poisons. Yeah, doing some turn meter boosting for your team. And then, like, a few extra hits, you know, ignoring defense. Ally defense in arena, that's useless enough. But he's not terrible if you pull him early. Is he any use for me? No. This is that depressing situation where you're like, oh man, I want to pull more to get at least one good thing. But this is where you have to step back and say, no, don't do it. Don't waste it. Yeah, so I'm going to try to get the rest with greens. If I have to, I'll pull voids, but I really like to preserve my voids. So we get, you know, some energy, some silver, some tomes, some gems. It's not bad. Like, it's a good chunk of gems, actually, and energy. So that's going to be helpful. Definitely a helpful bit of resources here for some of these events and stuff like that. I don't really need them, but, you know, it's still always nice. But there you go. I hope you had more luck in your summon rush. Oh, man, my dreams of Farrakhan will just have to come true another day. Thanks for watching, though. I will see you next time for more. Bye-bye.